Project number one, those car dealers. This project is going to encompass finding payments on a loan in a simple fashion, or possibly finding how much you can borrow or how much you did borrow. We can certainly use our present value of an annuity formula, but there's an easier way. We're going to use a table. Now, pre-printed in your packet is a table. Here's part of it. Payment per $1,000 borrowed, and at 4% for 4 years, the payment per $1,000 borrowed is $22.57.9791 or $22.5791. This entry, although I didn't explicitly state it, is a dollar entry. This first video will just show you how to use this to calculate both the monthly payment and also to figure out how much you financed. And then in subsequent video, we'll talk about some of the various unscrupulous tactics that car dealers use, and they have been used and are regularly being used here in Niagara County. Well, first of all, we have a simple formula. Monthly payment is thousands borrowed times a table entry. And also a second formula, thousands borrowed is the monthly payment divided by the table entry. So, for instance, suppose we want to finance $23,500 at 4% for 4 years. Our monthly payment, we're going to use this formula, thousands borrowed. Well, we're borrowing $23,500, so we're going to do 23.5 times a table entry. Now I happen to choose 4% at 4 years, so we go to the body of the table, 22.5791. And then we have to multiply. And so we do 23.5 times 22.5791 equals, and it looks like we have $530 and 61 cents. So that would be our monthly payment if we wanted to borrow this much for 4 years. Of course, we could easily lessen the payment by extending the loan out some. Now here's a second problem. Suppose monthly payments are $550 at 4% for 4 years. Maybe that's what we can afford. And we want this loan to go on for 4 years for whatever reason. How much can we borrow? Well, we're going to use this formula, thousands borrowed. Monthly payment goes on top, $550 divided by the table entry. Now we simply go 4% 4 years. Okay, we use the same table entry here. In this case, 22.5791. It's probably going to be close to this. It's going to be a little more than this because the payment's just a little bit more. And so we get 550 divided by 22.5791. And we end up with 24.3580. Now keep in mind this is thousands of dollars. If you want to convert this to dollars, you would say the amount borrowed you can simply multiply this by 1,000 or just move the decimal point over 3 places, and it would be 24,358.80. It's just a simple step that you have to do to convert to the amount borrowed. If you borrow 24.3 thousand, that's 24,300, quite simply put. So that's how we're doing in this video. We'll be back with a second video on some of the various scams. Your project actually goes through calculations. Obviously, if you're in a situation where you're buying a car and you're being scammed, you have to be able to do the calculations to spot the scam. So I'll show you the scams in your project. It actually goes through some of the calculations to give you practice.